Hi everyone, welcome to this workshop about prediabetes. And more specifically, today we will find out if you have prediabetes. Okay, so let's set the agenda. And first of all, we will talk about prediabetes. What does that mean? Okay, and then we will talk about how to use a blood glucose meter to know if you have prediabetes. Okay, so let's start. Um, this is very interesting. Did you know that prediabetes is your wake-up call to avoid type 2 diabetes? Yes, type 2 diabetes, the most common disease in Mexico. Okay, and yes, so let's see why. It is estimated that 70% of people with prediabetes will progress to diabetes. Okay, this is what statistics shows, and so you need to be careful about prediabetes. Okay, could it be me? Could it be you guys? First of all, you need to know that prediabetes has a direct relationship with the presence of overweight and a sedentary lifestyle. And you must also know that a significant portion of adults with prediabetes are young people between 20 and 39 years old. So, you may wonder, you may reflect on this, okay? Maybe you are vulnerable, okay? So, you really need to reflect on that, okay? Let's see what are the symptoms, okay? The bad news is that prediabetes shows no symptoms. So most individuals with prediabetes are likely to spend many years, guys, being unaware of their health condition, and this obviously will increase their risk for diabetes because they don't know. So, yes, prediabetes can be a wake-up call, but if you don't know that you have it, you cannot prevent diabetes. Okay, so okay, prediabetes shows no symptoms. How to know if I have prediabetes? You can get a blood sugar test. Okay, guys, that sounds familiar for you. Um, you need to get a blood sugar test to find out if you have prediabetes. That's the easiest way. Now, the objective, as I said it, is to find out if you have prediabetes. So we will learn to use what we call a blood glucose meter, but before that, you don't need to be scared, okay? This workshop wants to help you, okay? So if you don't have prediabetes, okay, you may keep in mind these different ways to prevent prediabetes. For example, get at least 150 minutes of physical activity a week, keep a healthy weight, eat healthy foods, including lots of fruits and veggies, drink more water and fewer sugary drinks, and preferably don't smoke. Okay, if at the end of this workshop you find out that you don't have prediabetes, please reflect on your vulnerability and take this preventive action. Okay, now if you end up discovering that you do have prediabetes, don't be scared. The treatment is similar, and you may you need to know that prediabetes is reversible, okay? So if you have prediabetes, keep in mind that losing a small amount of weight, if you are overweight, and getting regular physical activity can cut your risk for developing type 2 diabetes in health. Okay, so there is hope, guys. The best thing you can know is that you can do is to know it. Okay, don't be scared, just take action. And now let's see, let's find out. Okay, so to practice this, I will give you a very brief description about the process itself. A blood sugar meter is used for blood glucose monitoring. It's one of the main tools involved in diagnosing prediabetes. Okay, this is the blood sugar meter. Okay, here it is. And before everything, you may ask your doctor regularly if you should be tested. Okay, I mean, ask to your healthcare provider. Okay, primary healthcare provider. Now, how to test blood sugar? We will follow this guide to test your blood sugar levels properly. Okay, first we need to prepare and then to take the sample. Okay, so let's pay attention to this. First of all, you need to prepare your kit for testing. What you see here is the kit. Okay, this should include your meter, your lancet, your lancing device, your test strip, and cotton wool, even a monetary diary, and a sharp spin. Okay. After that, you need to be sure that the lancing device, this thing here, is primed with a new lancet. Always, okay? Very important. It's very important. After that, wash and dry your hands. A fuller drop of blood will be obtained if your fingers are warm, okay? So it's worth warming your hands by washing with warm water and rubbing them for 10 seconds, okay? So you should try it, so it will be easier, okay? And finally, make sure you put a test strip into your meter, okay? You need to have it there, to have it there, and make sure it switches on and it is ready. Okay, so this is the preparation stage, and now let's go to the moment let's take the sample itself. Okay, as you can see in the image, you need to prick your finger with the lancing device. Attention here, at the size of the finger, because there are less nerve ending here than at the tips, for example, or at the pads. So you prick your finger with the lancing device at the sides of the finger. If your hands are warm up, you shouldn't need to squeeze your finger for a blood drop. If necessary, apply light pressure to the surrounding area until a blood drop appears. You may know that squeezing too hard can interfere with results. So wipe away the first blood drop with clean cotton wool and use the second blood drop for testing. Okay, everything okay until this part? I hope so. And finally, as you can see in the top image, gently touch the blood drop with the test strip in the meter. Wait a few seconds for result to appear And if the test is successful, clean any blood of your finger with the cotton wool. Don't forget to record the results in a monitoring diary. And the last part of this process is to dispose of the test strip and ensure that the lancet used is put into a sharp bin. So that's all. We can repeat this process. Don't worry. You may keep trying. And that's the overall guide. Here are just some useful tips. For example, switch fingers regularly to prevent thickening of the skin. And you may want to avoid using your little finger due to the skin being very thin. Also, use a new lancet every time you use your lancing device. I know it's time consuming, but if you don't change, it's going to hurt more and you're at risk of a skin infection. So this is all for today. We can keep trying, we can keep practicing, and thank you very much for your attention.